everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my June TBR. I picked out 4 books that I want to read this month, specifically this week. I've been thinking about, instead of doing a monthly TBR, I've been thinking about doing like a weekly TBR. That way if my mood changes, and I can just change it from week to week. So I'm just going to get into the 4 books, actually 5 books that I want to read this week. I'm not going to get to 5, but I'm a little extra, and so I have to throw in another book, which I'm probably not going to get to. But this way, at least I have 5 different books to pick from. So the first book that I have is the book that I'm going to call my challenge book, and that is The Power by Naomi Alderman. This is a literary fiction novel, which I tend to find a bit more intimidating than other novels, than other genres. Is the winner from last year's Women's Prize for Fiction, and actually I think the 2018 winner is going to be picked this month. So I think this is the perfect time to read it. I'm hoping to finally get to this. This is about it's got like a The Handmaid's Tale, like a Margaret Atwood feel to it. It's about a world where women get these powers starting at a young age where they can electrocute people. And it kind of plays with changing the power dynamics from male to female in this world, and kind of what drives people to abuse power. So I heard it's pretty good, not too hard to get into like other literary fiction novels. But yeah, I heard this book is a little bit more accessible than other literary fiction novels. So I'm excited to get to this. I actually started reading it already. Probably can't tell, but yeah. And it's pretty good so far. So that's the first book. The second book that I have is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a, am I in frame? Okay, so this is the, I think this is Madeline Miller's first book. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But I've had this one for a while, and I've been wanting to read it, and finally what's gotten me to pick it up is actually I purchased her second book that just came out because it is gorgeous and I just couldn't resist. Thought I would read this one first since I own it, and I shouldn't have purchased the second one without reading this one. But anyways, this is a retelling of the myth of Achilles, and it's kind of perfect timing to read this because June is LGBT Pride Month, and I've been seeing a lot of people pick their TBRs based off of that theme. And this is a retelling. Why this is perfect is because it's a retelling of Achilles, but based off, I think, Patroclus and Achilles fall in love. So yeah, excited to read this. I think it's going to be really, really good. The next book I have is an adult fiction book, and that is Dreamer's Pool by Juliette Marillier. This is the first in the Blackthorn trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. I own 3 of the books, so I think it's a trilogy. Juliette Marillier is known for her fairy tale retellings. This series is about a magic healer named Blackthorn who is wrongfully imprisoned and is now sentenced to like the outskirts of a forest where she has to help anybody who asks for her help, and a prince who has an arranged marriage and wants to get out of it because apparently she's evil, and so he seeks out Blackthorn. I'm excited to read this one. I originally picked out The Chemist by Marissa Meyer, but I wanted something a little bit lighter, so that's why I picked this fairy tale retelling. I think all of it, well, except The Power, all of them have like a fairy tale feel to them. The next book that I have on the list is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This one is a new release, and I'm really, really excited about it. I think a lot of people have been really excited about this read. I just started watching a YouTuber, and sadly, as soon as I discover her, she's decided to pull back from YouTube to focus on her writing. But I really, really respect like a lot of her reviews because she goes into in-depth on all of them. And this one she wasn't a fan of because, oh, gotta get in shot. Because apparently it's like a huge, huge ripoff of Sabbath Tahir's and Ember in the Night. So that is a little disappointing, but I'm still going to read it. I'm still going in with high hopes. I'm excited to read it. It focuses around a young girl named Zelly, and apparently her village has been wiped of all the magic, and she kind of teams up with this rogue princess, and she wants to bring back the magic to the land and to her people. It's supposed to be really, really good, and I'm really excited to get to it. And then the last book that I have is a new adult novel, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I read A Court of Mist and Fury, and sadly I was a little disappointed by it, which is really weird. Why am I picking this up if I didn't even like the first one? Well, there was so much hype around this book series and everyone really loved it. So I was thinking it was something that I would really enjoy, especially since it's new adult, but I just did not get along with this. I did hear people say that they liked the second book more than they did the first one, so I'm hoping that's the case for me. I felt like the first book that the characters, like the main characters that fell in love, I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I didn't see the attraction or where that came from. It just kind of like appeared out of nowhere. I don't know. I kind of just wish that somebody else had written that story. That sounds terrible. That's like the worst thing, I think. Okay, I take that back, because probably like the meanest thing an author can hear is a reader saying, I wish somebody else had written that story. But it's true. I kind of liked the plot points and like the concept of the book, but I felt like it wasn't executed very well. So I'm hoping I'll fall in love with this story. It's a lot bigger than the first one, and I think that was my problem with the first one as well, is that I felt like there could have been more world building, I felt like there could have been more world building and more character building, and it just happened all too fast. So I'm hoping and thinking, wishing and praying that this one is a lot better. But yeah, so that is the last book on my pile. Let me get like a nice little shot of all of them. Okay, so these are all 5 books that I'm hoping to get to this week. Actually, I know I'm not going to get to all 5 of them, but this is the pile that I kind of want to choose from. My goal is to read 3 of these books. It's like my challenge for the week, read 3 books. I'm really excited about this pile. I can't wait to see what everyone else is reading. And if you are reading any of these books, let me know. And I will talk to you later. Bye!